Welcome back to the Relius Reviews. Today's video is focused on Amazon Original's 2021 music documentary entitled The Boy from Medellin. And the synopsis of this official movie documentary is Colombian reggaeton singer J Balvin prepares for his 2019 homecoming concert amid a tense political turmoil. I just saw this documentary and I would have to say is that I thought the documentary itself was pretty good. I found out a lot more about who J Balvin is exactly. Before this documentary, I've heard the name of J Balvin before, but I've never listened to his music and I did not know exactly who he is and what exactly does he do. And after viewing this documentary, here is my review on the matter. What I liked first and foremost about this documentary was the fact is that I got to find out exactly who J Balvin is. Like you get to find out his backstory, like his backstory as to who he is exactly and how he started off and everything. And what we saw in this documentary is that he definitely overcame a lot of struggles in his life, and it was just amazing by how he was able to overcome his struggles with him starting off as a musician with no one or less than 10 people coming to his concerts to 5 to 10 years later with thousands of people in attendance of his concerts and everything about it. I also enjoyed the fact is that they talked about many of the things that he had gone through in his life or is still going through, such as anxiety and depression, as those two things are horrible to deal with, to be honest. I've dealt with anxiety and it is not a good feeling at all, to say the least. And they didn't just talk about it for a hot second and then just put it in the back burner. It was frequently brought back up throughout this documentary, talking about his own experiences of just dealing with just anxiety, dealing with just depression, and just how bad it really got. And I would probably say that would probably be maybe one of the darker moments of the documentary, of him just explaining how he almost wanted to commit suicide, but he didn't do it, and how he overcame those things and everything. And I was really surprised too, to say the least, with how big he is, because I did not know that J Balvin is really that big in the music industry, as music videos got over millions or billions of views. I checked his Instagram out. He got over almost 50 million followers and everything. And I also really enjoyed the fact is that you got to see the experiences of how it is in preparation for a concert really is. This was his homecoming concert in his home country and everything. And you just got to see how tense, how serious, how things could really get within those days before the big show is going to happen. And as we saw that he was coming back home to his home country, he was talking to fans, enjoying himself. He was just having a good time and everything. And while that, he was also just dealing with just the different protests that were happening in Colombia, and how people were somewhat turning on him because he wasn't saying anything about it, and how his managers has said not to say this and not do that. And I agree with J Balvin with what he said in the documentary at one point of the thing, was that no matter what you say when you're a famous person, whenever it deals with politics or something bad as those riots happening, no matter what you say, you will always be looked at as the bad person. Even if it's the right thing to say or the wrong thing to say, you will always be looked at as the bad person. And I agree with him on that. It doesn't matter what you say, right, wrong, people still not going to like you for many reasons. And it was good to see who J Balvin really is. Now that I've seen his documentary, I might listen to his music. I might see how it's really popping and everything, because he had a lot of fans with that homecoming concert, and it looked really energetic. It looked if somebody was at that concert, they had a marvelous good time. And we got to, well, not really. We didn't get that many interviews from a lot of different people, only himself, which is not a bad thing at all. But I would have wanted to see perhaps more interviews of J Balvin's peers that he is known or is currently in his life, like just an experience like they talk about with them and J Balvin and everything about that. And with J Balvin being like a big like artist and everything, I think that this documentary should have been a little bit longer or maybe split up into like different parts because this is J Balvin that we're talking about. Like he is perhaps one of the biggest foreign artists out here and still popping and everything. Like the documentary should have been a little bit longer and probably should have had maybe just a little bit more interviews from different people. What I also enjoyed about this documentary was that how it was shot, how with different scenes it looked and everything, how it was professionally made, how background videos, older videos were added to everything as well. I felt that this documentary was pretty good in my opinion, and I found out who J Balvin really is and more about him as well. And how I would give this documentary out of 5 stars. I would probably give this documentary maybe 4 stars out of 5. Like I didn't have any issues about the documentary. I found out exactly who J Balvin is, and I'll probably listen to his music to see how it's popping. But that is the end of my documentary review. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and comment. And until next time, goodbye.